Hey students, welcome to Success Workshop 2.0. I hope to just give you some support reminders and walk you through a little bit about writing a paper and some useful tips. Hopefully something here you can use and apply to your papers that you're doing right pretty soon at least. And I hope it helps. So let's go through. So just first, I just want to start off by reminding you that I am here to support you. You have many support reminders, as I shared in my tidbit video the other day, many support people around you. And for me specifically, and I speak on behalf of Anna as well as our chaplains, all of us actually, all of the staff, all of the faculty, your advisors, we will never condemn you. We're here to challenge you because we love you and we want to invest in you, but we're not here to condemn you, to belittle you, to make you feel like you don't measure up. School is hard sometimes. There's many things in life that we struggle with, but we're in this together. And so we are here to really support you, to invest in you, so you can feel safe with me, with us, you don't have to feel ashamed. It's okay to reach out, okay? So, reach out when you need help. It's okay. We all need that. We've all been in a rut before. We've all struggled with stuff. So feel free to ask for help when you need it. We need to shoulder one another's burdens, right? And that's part of loving one another, lifting each other up when we need it, right? So ask for help. There's so many resources around. Life groups. There's the MAC and the library. There's the academic discipleship team, especially coming out near the end of the semester. If you want any papers proofread, please email me. I can get you signed up. You can submit them and get some good proofreading from fantastic students. But you have to reach out, right? And remember that God has called you here for a time such as this. And remember that PLBC, all of this, your time here, this is a gift from God. It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to do this with you, for me. So please feel free to reach out. Please remember that God loves you. He delights in you. He is pleased with you. You don't have to perform to earn that. He loves you. Let's be obedient and help one another and do the best that we can, not because we're trying to earn something, but because we love Jesus that much. Okay? So I just mentioned the academic discipleship team. I have a few guys. Maybe next semester I'll have some ladies join the team. I would love that. I've had some fantastic ladies in the past, but I've got a few guys this semester, fantastic students and just great all-around guys that I love getting to talk with and working with. And they're there to basically proofread papers, to offer support. You can book meetings with them. Again, right now, the way to access them through Populi. Maybe in the future, we'll have an actual in-person location you can easily go to, but through Populi. And you need to get signed up because it's like a class. So you need to get registered for that. And it's just a medium that I can use to communicate with you, to guide you to access resources and whatnot, okay? So the best way, if you want to book a meeting with an ADT member, is to use this link right here, calendly.com/PLBCADT. Very simple. There's a number of slots there throughout the week. Pick a slot, enter in your information, let us know what you want help with, what the meeting's for, and then you can book and it'll give you a Zoom link right away. So a great way to book a meeting with an ADT member. Again, if you want assignments proofread, this is kind of what the Populi page looks like. Email me, let me know. I have my email at the end of this. Email me and I can get you signed up, and then you can get your assignments proofread. It's a great way to just succeed more as a student, actually having others look at your work, because sometimes we all make mistakes. So please take a look, and if you want to get signed up, let me know. Okay, so let's get right in. How do we write a paper? For some of us, either we've just come out of high school and college papers are way different, or we haven't been in high school for a while and maybe we haven't written a paper in a while. We're all at different, stages in that journey, and that's okay. So I'm going to take you through a few different kind of general steps that you can take to write a paper. Again, be flexible with this. It's not a step-by-step, you have to follow every single thing down to the detail. You have to flex with what works for you. But if you follow this general plan of the at least the order of steps, then you will find it will help you very much in writing your papers, okay? So first thing we want to do is create a plan. Now, again, I read this and I think a month before. Some students work that way. Some people are very planned and organized. They plan ahead and they can do it like a month, and then that's great. And on paper, it looks great. But I know I don't necessarily work to this level. But if you want to give it a try, it will help you, I promise. If not, this timeline, again, follow the steps, and that will help you, even if the timeline isn't exact, okay? So rough plan, you're going to read the instructions of the syllabus very carefully to know what the assignment is expecting of you. You want to choose a topic. You want to also submit a research question. You're trying to answer a question, right? And you need to argue a point for that in most papers, depending on what kind of paper you're. This is probably more so for a research paper or an exegesis paper, but you can apply the same tips to a reflection paper or just an analysis paper, whatever. You're going to answer some sort of question, or at least have some sort of topic that you're working towards. Okay. Then you want to draft a thesis statement and gather lots of research notes, develop a sort of outline around your big ideas. Then, if there's any gaps in the outline or areas that you're lacking information, do a bit more research, review your thesis and your outline, make sure it is clear. That's one of the biggest things, and I'll talk about them more in a sec. Make sure the thesis statement is clear and the outline is clear and it's logical steps to follow as well. Then you get writing. Now, I find for my papers, I plug like all of my citations, all my quotes and everything into the outline. So when I get writing, I'm just following the outline. I don't have really need anything else open. Just following the outline, writing, all my sentences and paragraphs, and I get through a rough draft just from the outline, and it works well. After you've done the rough draft, do your bibliography, do all of your all your citations and everything, and then hey Jaden, come on in.
Dick, how's it going, man?
Hey, it's good. I'm just recording, taking students through a writing papers step by step.
Oh, for sure. Okay, continue recording. I'll be here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in.
Oh, no problem. Sorry I'm late.
After you develop a bibliography and you go through all your footnotes and everything, then get somebody else to edit it. Now, I know sometimes we leave this late and we don't get, up here to take a look at it. It's kind of the last 11:59, right? But as best you can, if you can get an assignment done a couple days early, and then you get somebody to proofread it, like an ADC member, then you're able to make those edits, and then you can hand it in and try to get it in on time as best you can for your sake and for instructors as well. So that's kind of a general plan, okay? Now let's go through a little bit more detail. So first thing you want to do is develop a topic. Let's say you're writing a history for church or a paper for history of church music, and you need to do a biography of someone. So you could choose the topic, biography of Thomas Cranmer. Gather lots of general info from all the books and about his life and everything, and then look for different themes, sort of big ideas that you could write in the paper. Then you need to narrow and broaden the topic a little bit. So this topic is actually one that I did a few years ago to kind of focus in on my topic about Thomas Cranmer. I focused in on his how he impacted church music to do with liturgy, because he was kind of formational in designing church liturgy. So again, you focus in on the topic, you have to make sure it's narrow enough that it gets deep, but it's not too narrow that you can find enough research for it, okay? Next step is do research. Again, follow the syllabus, find out what sources you need, how many you need. There's lots of access to online resources right now. You can check with Mark. Logos through our Faith Life access there, through the library. There's a bunch of links on Populi under, if you go to the dashboard and then to links, the next tab, there's a bunch of links to online resources there. Make a list, take quotes, make sure you write down the kind of page numbers and everything and the bibliography info. Then you work on a thesis statement. So a thesis statement, kind of four things. You want it to be assertive. It's arguing a point, and you want to be clear with that. It should have, ideally, a good thesis statement is one idea and 3 points to support that. So it's very clear, and then the paper follows that. And next thing is usually near the end of the introduction. You have some preliminary thoughts about the topic, kind of get people into that, and then focus in on the thesis, and that will outline what the whole paper should be about. So this is my thesis for this paper on Thomas Cranmer. In this paper, it will be argued that Thomas Cranmer is one of the most impactful historical figures in the realm of liturgy. So that's my main idea that I'm intending to prove. Now my main points. As seen through his shaping of the English language, his creating of uniform worship in the English church, and his writing of the Book of Common Prayer. So main idea, 3 points. Is very clear. Anybody, if they read the thesis, they should be able to see, okay, I know what the whole paper is going to be about. Okay, after doing that, you work on an outline. Again, this is kind of what my outlines look like. Introduction, you've got your kind of the preliminary thoughts, purpose of the study, and a good thesis statement near the end. Then you go through all your points and all the research that you've come up with. So rule of thumb is to kind of start with a good point, your better point, and then finish with your best point, just so it kind of hits home right near the end. So then they get to the conclusion. Somebody finishes reading the paper and they feel really good about what they've read and the argument that you've made. Then in the conclusion, if you do kind of a quick summary of the argument, restate the thesis. So earlier I said, in this paper it will be argued. In the conclusion, restate your thesis. In this paper, it was argued that because then the reader thinks, oh, okay, right. I remember reading all of those main points, and then all the research comes back, and it just kind of helps bind your paper together, and it makes it really clear, and everything relates back and forth through the outline. And then you finish with a call to action, something that really kind of stirs up the spirit within the reader. What do you want them, how do you want their life to change from reading this? What should they think differently, or how should they act differently? Something like that. Or maybe it's just, thinking, yeah, Thomas Cranmer, man, he was a great guy. He really did impact church music. Something like that. And again, for an outline, clarity is your best friend. If you make it clear, use the same sort of language from introduction sentences and all of that, and the same with the thesis throughout, it just sticks in people's minds as they're reading. If somebody comes away from your paper and all they remember is your thesis statement and those main points, you've succeeded. So clarity is your best friend. Then rough draft. I've got a checklist I can send you if you're interested, of things to look for editing, topic sentences, make the paragraph really clear. Again, peer editing, get it checked out for any mistakes. Finally, bibliography. Okay, so OWL Purdue is a great online resource for Chicago Manual Style of how to cite different sources. Check that out. Again, you can book a meeting with an ADT member if you want them to look over your bibliography and footnotes. Make sure you're doing it right. But once that's all done, then you go through an actual paper. So I'm not going to show a paper right now, but if you're interested, I have lots of resources. Please contact me. You can contact the ADT members with the link from Calendly or me, my link on Calendly there if you want to book a meeting with me. But just please reach out. I'm here for you. I want to support you and help you write your papers better. Okay, have a great day. See ya.